you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today I decided to make a video about our phones and basically why are they so addicting. The reason why I thought to make a video about this is because I was just starting to feel personally to myself like I'm addicted. Like I'm too addicted to this and I should not be. So I decided to take it into my own hands to just find more information about why are phones so addictive to us. And I'm a very factual person, so everything I say in here is not going to be necessarily my opinion, but more so facts. You know, the science behind how it affects you, your brain, and what makes it so addicting. You know, why do I want to keep watching this? Or why do I want to keep scrolling? Why do I want to be on this phone so much? First, we're going to break down the word electronics. So, electronics is the conscious manipulation of the direction of which electrons will move in. So, basically, we're conscious to the fact that this is a materialistic thing and it's made for information. You know, we're conscious of, okay, I'm on this phone, something that is created, something that is fairly new, you know, so I'm conscious to this and I'm on it and shit, it's actually kind of interesting, I guess. Okay, and also I wanted to talk about basically your phone is electrons, okay? So meaning that this is basically a form of light. This type of light that your phone is, it emits blue light. Blue light is basically unnatural light. A natural light would be, of course, like sunlight. So it emits this blue unnatural light that your brain is not necessarily, you know, equipped to or used to, because this is something artificial and not natural light. So it is rewiring your brain to basically match this light. You know, it's either overstimulating you or understimulating you. Okay, so the parts of your brain, I wrote down some facts. Parts of your brain, you have the prefrontal and you have the parietal. The prefrontal is responsible for your judgment and your critical thinking. So while looking at this phone, you are using your sense of vision, you're using your eyes to watch. So basically you're taking an imagery and becoming less sensitized. The parietal is, you know, the part of your brain that is responsible for your perception and your sensory. So basically, like I just said, you're watching this video, you're showing yourself more visuals. That's basically what it is, you know, sort of like, oh my god, I'm not sure if you guys ever heard of this book and movie called The Giver, but basically this is about to get all the way off topic. Basically, it was a society where the people didn't really have any memories, like they didn't know much, you know, everybody had a set job, you know, and it was just like society basically raised you. You didn't know much, you know. So basically the giver, he was a guy, he was chosen, and what he went through, basically they gave him a lot of memories, you know, in order to, so basically it's like you're playing a TV screen in front of your face of a lot of stuff that you've never seen before. So you're making yourself more used to seeing whatever you're visualizing, you know, and more normalize it more, basically. So you're desensitizing yourself to, I don't know, whatever you watch on your phone. Somebody fighting, people arguing, whatever you're watching, it is being consumed into your brain and desensitizing you, because you have this two parts of your brain, like I just said, the part that is critical thinking and your judgment, and then the back part, which is sensory and your perception, and it's just throwing you off, you know, either overstimulating you or understimulating your brain. To just talk about the fact that your brain is basically a magnet, and this light is literally altering the chemistry of your brain. So we vibrate on sound frequencies, so your brain is literally vibrating at a certain hertz, and when you're overstimulating it or understimulating, you're literally rewiring your brain to vibrate at whatever you're watching. You know, this is why your brain is literally becoming addicted to what you're watching, because you're rewiring your brain to become dependent. That's the next topic. It's just the fact that we're very dependent on our phones. Your brain is becoming rewired to become dependent on this that does not naturally exist. This material thing that is not really real. It's made up. You know, it's like a game. Like, you know, like games for kids, but for adults now. And honestly, technology is really dumbing us down. It really is dumbing us down. And the more advanced we become with technology, honestly, the dumber we become, because we feel as though we know everything's at our fingertips, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we know everything, you know. So when there was not anything like that, it was more of a means to figure everything out, because you don't have it sitting there at your fingertips. So give it to them at their fingertips, and you know, now they're gonna think they're on top of the world. You know, it's ego. It's more of an egotistical thing. We're a very egotistical society, if you haven't noticed yet. So also, I wanted to just say technology is way more advanced than you would expect it to be, because honestly, these phones ain't nothing compared to the technology that our government most likely has. Not most likely, that our government has. They're not going to give you the same technology that they have access to. It's just how life works, you know. They don't. We're going to talk about, basically, I used to work at Amazon, and we literally had robots. Well, what were called robots inside of our building, and were like flat like this, had wheels on them, and would roll around on certain parts of the floor, basically. And that really opened my eyes when I was working there. I'm just like, wow, like, because these things are smart, and this is only the beginning of what we about to see. So we're basically becoming dependent on something that cannot take our place. It cannot. It can't. Okay? And I wanted to talk about, basically, I remember, like, for example, my dad, he was way older. He was born in 1960. And when it came to my phone, because he's passed, so this is why I'm talking about him in past tense. But, you know, even though the spirit lives on, okay. But, I just realized he was very fascinated with just phones. Like, he would also always ask me 1,000,001 questions, and questions that I know damn well, if I asked you how many fish in the ocean, or just some wild ass question, and you just be like, what? I don't know. But you got your phone. You got your phone right there. He would say that to me all the time, but it's like, because he grew up in a time where, honestly, for one, my dad was very well woke. So he knew that these people was out to get us. But it was just like, when phones came into play, it's just one of the things that, damn, I knew these people was up to something, but I didn't know they was up to something. You know, it's just something, you know, he probably would have never imagined something like this to ever come to life, you know. Growing up in a time where this is just something you didn't have. This is what I'm saying, like, the government has been had phones, you know. This is just, they just now giving it to us, okay? So, okay. And he will always make me conscious to the fact that I'm not really doing anything productive with my phone, you know. And that just opened my eyes to the fact that everything you pay for really needs to be a necessity. It needs to be an asset, not a liability. I also wanted to just make this video to make people more aware, because when you're not aware, you can't, you know, you can't fight it. You know, if you're not aware that something's happening, you can't try to do anything to combat it or such. And just the way that the world is going, we're becoming very sucked up into technology. And if you don't realize, I was the first person to tell you that in about 5, 10, 20 years, technology, you think this is something great, you think this, wait, just wait. Just wait, okay? Because it's only even, so I was talking about my dad, okay, for example. This took about 10 years. About 10 years ago, we just had like cell phones. Not even like this, but like flip ones. And like 10 years before that, we didn't have much. It just, you know, but to think about it in a time span, it's been progressing very rapidly, you know, because now we have we're living at a fast pace. And this is why, honestly, the world is the way that it is now today, because of technology. Until people realize that, and until people open their eyes and, you know, start to take back what is ours and become one with nature again, technology is going to continue to dumb us down. And it is what to say, this is literally neurological warfare, okay? It is. It's neurological warfare. You're being attacked through your brain, because honestly, our ancestors, them damn pyramids, you want to know who built them pyramids? It was black people. It was black people. But look at us today. Today, black people are not that smart. I'm not going to try to, let me reword that. Your average black person is not smart. Your average black person is very dumbed down and sucked into this technology and sucked into the European, the Caucasian way of life. And no offense to anybody who is Caucasian, but I'm just going to put it out there. I'm just very Afrocentric. You know, I stand for my people. Okay, so, them pyramids, and, ooh, the pyramids were a fucking power plant, okay? It wasn't just cute. They were smart. They were on a different level of thinking. They were on a different vibration. They were on a different level than we would, I doubt we would ever be in this shit little age that's going on, okay? Because it's crazy, you know. But this is why you have people like me who is here to just wake people up and make you guys conscious of what's going on around us. And just always do your research. Learn for yourself. Don't let me just be the one to tell you. Learn for yourself. But, I mean, shit, look at the world around us. We becoming less and less sensitive to things that are just crazy. Technology is literally replacing our natural will to evolve as a species, okay? It's literally stunting our growth. And this blue light, think about how many people in the world have phones and stuff. This is on a bigger scale of this blue unnatural light than you really think, okay? Because think about all of us together. We're one force, okay? We won. We really won, okay? Just think about what would happen if all the phones was cut off. All technology. People would freak the fuck out. People would go crazy, okay? And this just shows you how much control technology has over our lives. And just the fact that we really need to take our power back, okay? If you guys have any topics for me to talk about, I'll be more than glad to talk about them. I have a lot of ideas just coming to my head because I love to learn. I love science. I love to figure out truth, okay? And I really appreciate you guys for stopping by with me today. And I can't wait to see you guys next time. So, stay tuned. Beautiful people. See ya.